Welcome back to the show. I'm your host Alex, and today we are diving into a topic that usually only comes up when it's too late: rental exits. Most of us treat moving out like a chore, but for our guest today, it became an expensive lesson in financial reality. Joining me is James Anderson. James, you didn't start out as an advocate for professional cleaning, did you?
Not at all, Alex. At 28, I was like most people. I thought I could handle it myself, but I vividly remember the day that changed. I was staring at a bond refund notification that read, $940 deducted, cleaning standards not met. That was nearly $1,000 of my hard-earned savings gone in an instant. While my friends were planning holidays, I was analyzing a dispute form and property manager photos that basically called my 3-day cleaning marathon amateurish.
A 3-day marathon? That sounds exhausting. What did that experience teach you about the nature of renting?
It taught me that rental exits aren't about hygiene. They are contractual audits. They quietly determine your financial outcomes and your reputation in tenant databases. But the crazy part is, I didn't learn it all at once. It took me 5 different rentals and 4 separate bond deductions to truly get it. By the time I hit my 4th exit, I had lost over $2,350 in total. That's when it stopped being a weekend chore and started being a financial education.
You mentioned that your perspective shifted partly because of your family's background in the industry. Tell us about that.
Right. My Uncle David had been in property asset management for over 21 years. He never glamorized cleaning. For him, it was about asset preservation and compliance. He audited spaces because owners deserved protection. He used to tell me that if you want to understand quality, look at Steve Jobs. He insisted the back of a cabinet be as beautiful as the front. That's the level of attention rental exits actually require. Uncle David taught me that unless these exits are executed with professional precision, they result in quiet deductions over time.
So, you're down $350. You've realized DIY is a liability, and you decide to look for the experts. How did you find the right team?
I stopped looking at sponsored ads and started looking for a verified reputation. I needed someone who understood the forensic level of cleaning required to pass a modern inspection. That's how I found ATOL Property. They are known as the cleaning kings of bond returns because they've built trust through consistency, not just marketing.
What made their approach different from your previous DIY attempts or other companies you'd seen?
It was their systematic approach. Before they even started, they asked about the specific requirements of my real estate agency. They reviewed the condition report and differentiated between fair wear and tear and actual cleaning issues. They knew that an apartment with carpets needs a totally different strategy than a suburban home with tiled floors. It wasn't a generic checklist, it was a customized methodology.
And what were some of those hidden details they focused on that you had missed in the past?
They explained things I'd never considered. They showed me why bathroom grout acts as a magnet for soap scum and requires specialized chemical agitation. They pointed out why window tracks and sliding door rails are the first things an agent checks. They even handled the professional carpet steam cleaning that my pet-friendly lease legally required. They worked with the assumption that the agent was going to look everywhere, inside the oven glass, on top of architraves, inside light fittings.
It sounds like you finally moved from effort to results.
Exactly. In the rental world, effort isn't a metric for success. You don't get your bond back for trying hard. You get it back for meeting a benchmark. Atto Property treated my rental exit like an accountant treats a tax return, with precision and maximum financial retention. They stood behind the quality of their work, and for the first time, I walked away with my full bond intact.
For our listeners who are about to move and are thinking, I can just scrub it myself and save a few bucks, what's your final takeaway?
I'd tell them to do the math. Calculate the cost of your supplies, the equipment rental, and 3 days of your own wages versus a professional investment. When you factor in the risk of losing your deposit, DIY is almost always more expensive. If you care about your savings, hire the experts who understand that bond cleaning is a financial transaction. That's what I found with ATOL Property, and it's the only way I'll ever handle a move again.
Wisdom earned the hard way. James, thanks for joining us and sharing that 2,250 lessons so our listeners don't have to pay for it themselves. To everyone listening, protect your bond and your peace of mind. We'll see you next time.